The question is, due to the recession, many local governments are experiencing major cutbacks. As parish president, the first question in the area of finance, how will you ensure that St. John the Baptist Parish continues to be responsible financially with the changing economy?
Well, the first part of the question is obviously a challenge, not just for St. John, but the state and other parishes. But I think it's important to use the resources that we have on the things that the parish citizens deserve. They expect, as hard working taxpayers, that the money that is sent to their government will go to the projects that they intended to. Any deviation from that interferes with our ability to provide services. I think it's critical that we're transparent, that the contracting process, I think just opening up and being transparent and allowing disclosure and having subcontractors listed will eliminate a lot of the inefficiencies. I think it will force us and force the governing authority to take a look at the responsibility and spending responsible. If there's nothing to hide, then we shouldn't try to hide. If it's transparent and to the point and being used as intended, we shouldn't be afraid to post it. I think it's critical that we make sure the few dollars we have are leveraged against state dollars and federal dollars to increase what we have. There is no way for us to manage in isolation, on an island. We have to use what we have, try to access more, using the relationships that I've established over the last 2 years with the governor's office, the agency heads, and the federal government to bring in additional funds to pair with what we have. We need to manage what we have in a fiscally responsible manner. We need to make sure that every dollar goes to the projects that they're intended to. When we siphon off parts of it to give to our friends or others, that interferes with our ability to complete the projects that the residents have paid and requested and approved. We have to do a better job of using the resources we have to deliver the services that you need.
Mr. Dale Wolf, could you please respond to the question as parish president? How will you ensure that St. John the Baptist Parish continues to be responsible financially with the changing economy?
I think it's very, very important to use the finance we have and use it wisely. We have gone in the past, we have done business with companies that came into the parish, ripped us off, left us high and dry. It's very, very important again that we utilize the companies to do business in the parish and make certain that we get the services that are due us. We have local contractors that we can use on very, very important projects. We can do it in a manner that we can take care of our local contractors and not use outside contractors. Of course, we got to go about the business of abiding by the state bid law, and we have to do that. We have to abide by that. But there are things and circumstances and scenarios we can use to help our local contractors. We have money in the parish to do the job, to do the projects, but we aren't using our money wisely. Very, very often, we take projects, we use firms that are our friends, may they be outside of the parish, outside of the state, it doesn't matter. And we have political ties that allow us to do that. The general public, most of the time, really don't realize what's going on. It's very, very important that you as voters watch us, make sure and make certain we follow the guideline and we do what we should and must do, and that's the right thing. You know, we stand up here tonight and we talk that talk, but very, very often we don't walk that walk. And it's very important that you, the taxpayer, monitor.
Thank you, Mr. Dale. Buddy Wolf, could you please answer the question as parish president? How will you ensure that St. John the Baptist Parish continues to be responsible financially, especially in the changing economy?
Well, first, I want to make a comment that it's rather comical that some people up here are talking about spending the parish's dollars wisely. I'm just going to name years. 2006, $6 million spent on computerized water meters instead of expanding and fixing our water system. 2006 and 2007, over $1 million written off of unpaid water bills. 2007, overtime hit an all-time high of $900,000, and in 2008, the current administration had to rewrite the paid leave policy to prevent parish administrators from leaving with tens of thousands of dollars of unpaid sick, vacation, and comp time. Millions of dollars spent on projects instead of delivering on services. Over $1 million not collected in unpaid water bills that could be invested in clean water. Right now, St. John Parish has a $22 million surplus. This year alone, we created the first 5-year budget in St. John Parish's history. That means we're looking out 5 years for the first time. We're not just looking at the current one, because we can't just plan for what's right in front of us. We have to start planning for what's way out in front of us. In the past 12 months, St. John Parish's financial bond rating has been increased twice. Once in August of 2009 and once in January of 2009 for 2 bond issues. Bond rating increased. That's a signal at the parish's financial strength and its fiscal management. Overtime has been cut over $200,000. Grants are coming in at a faster pace than ever, and we're managing over $100 million in capital projects. $100 million in capital projects without one new tax. So managing dollars takes judgment. Managing dollars takes planning. And managing dollars takes being honest and open. St. John couldn't drink water when we bought computerized water meters.
Thank you. Mr. Gerald Keller, could you please answer the question as parish president? How will you ensure that St. John the Baptist Parish continues to be responsible financially to the changing economy?
More than any time, I guess, at St. John, we need a leader that has some good fiscal responsibility. We need a leader that knows something about budget, how to write a budget, how to manage a budget. The days of Marathon in which this rich source of sales tax money that came for the past 3 years is gone. I mean, we have to thank Marathon because they sure helped out parish government. They sure helped out the school system. They sure helped out the sheriff's department and the fire department. And we want to thank Marathon for that great assistance. But it's over with. Alice in Wonderland flew away. We don't have Marathon anymore. It's time now to look at money. It's a crucial time. Even at the school board level, where we have this big surplus, if we don't make any changes in our money at the school board level, we're going to have $11 million deficit next year. From a $12 million surplus to $11 million deficit. And I know that kind of impacts can also affect parish government. Mr. Bull hit on a few things. He kind of stirred me up. 6 studies were done on a drainage project in reserve. 6 studies were done. 1 study was done on the Marathon project that was never approved by the council. Yet a study was done. That's a total waste of money, ladies and gentlemen. And also I want to echo what he said about the water meter system. It was supposed to save money. We're spending $600,000 a year on this water meter system, and the new houses that come into our district are not hooked up into this new system. So we've got a serious problem, and we have to stop this fraud and this abuse of money. 6 studies, and then a young guy from Baton Rouge comes in and says, I'll do it for free, and they ran him out of town. They didn't want to hear him. They ran him out of town. Thank you.